Hi, I'm Phyllis from southernfrugal.com, and today we're going to give you an update on the tiny house. We've been working furiously on some of the details, and there's a whole lot more to work out, a whole lot more. But anyway, I'm videotaping in here because we got a lot more light. All right, so I've got all these notes that we've made and planning and all that, and we're in the early stages of it. Now, we're working on the trailer, and we're wanting to get a 28-foot trailer. And so far all I found is 26 foot, but I know there's 28 foot out there, I just don't know where. So both me and Mr. Bucky are working on that. And I did find one company up in North Carolina, but they wouldn't call me back. They still haven't called me back. I've called them twice now, so I guess they're not real anxious for our business, probably. So anyway, I wanted to start out by telling you that the first thing we had to work out was to do with the electric needs of the trailer and what we had available. So right now we have got on the property both a 50 amp power hookup and a 30 amp. And I did talk with the electric company up there, and they told me that they already had 200 amp to the property. So all we have to do is just get an electrician out there to change the 30 amp to 50 amp. And that 50 amp is going to be to do with, I'm just leaning over here, it's going to be to do with the small utility room that's going to have the washer, dryer, and my freezer in there, and it'll just be really a few steps from the door. It's already insulated, and what we figured we could do, the only problem that you have would be to do with the motor in the water pump in the washer freezing during really cold weather. So what we're going to do is just get one of those little radiator things, because all you have to do is just keep it above freezing, and the building is already insulated, so no problem there. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll have my regular washer, regular dryer that takes a 220 wire, full size, no problem, because I can't do without my washer dryer. I'm not going to be going to the laundromat. I've done that in many years ago, and it is no fun, I don't think. So anyway, that's what we're going to do with the power. Now, in order to work that out, we had to, I'll show you, list all of our appliances and all of our electrical needs and get the right wattage down there. And of course, pretty much everything has the watts required right on it. So all you really have to do is like turn it over or look in the back of it or whatever, like the coffee pot, just turn it over and look at that, I think it's called UL listing, and it'll tell you the watts. Now, one of the things that really surprised me was my hair dryer is 1875 watts. Now, I'll tell you, it dries my hair in about 2 minutes, so it's really powerful. So that was something that surprised us both, that it was so many watts. The other thing, the Vitamix takes 1560 watts. That's a lot. Of course, that's a big motor there, and of course you wouldn't be using all these different things at the same time, so you have to consider that too. But anyway, we had to figure even the wattage of the well pump, because I mean it takes electrical power too. So I'm just going to talk to you about what's on these little sheets that we worked out. Now, the only thing that we did from last Friday until really this morning, we went to church on Sunday. That was it. We haven't been anywhere or talked to anybody, done anything other than that. So one of the things, I went ahead and ordered the book from Dan. I think his name is Loach or Loachy, I'm not sure which. I liked his book better than all the rest of them, but we will be getting more books too, just, to get a lot of input there. Which reminds me, I really appreciate all the comments y'all left to do with the tiny house. They were wonderful, and we want y'all to go with us on this journey. So hopefully I can be updating on this maybe at least once a week, hopefully. And we're just going to continue working on it. Now, the thing you have to work on, my understanding is, to get all the house plans down pat so you know everything. Now, Mr. Bucky says he is not going to start construction until I know where every plug-in's going to go. So we're going to do that, okay, to make him happy. Of course, we could change it later on, right? We might be able to change something, you know, before you actually get the little thing in. But anyway, so we worked on that, and I'll tell you about the appliances in a minute. But anyway, one of the things that was recommended in the current book we have was that you could go ahead and make your studs 24 inches on center. And I didn't like that, and Mr. Bucky didn't either. And part of that was to make the weight less. And so, you know, we might end up having to get a 3-axle trailer, which will be fine if that's what we need to do. But we will know the weight of everything that's going on there. So then we'll, you know once we get all of our figuring done. So the other thing that we can do is Google's got a 3D modeling program, which we're going to use. It's free. And so we're going to do that. So the other thing, someone wrote in about the security of the trailer, and I really appreciated that. So we're going to definitely get that Trimax trailer wheel lock boot, and we'll also have a lock on the hitch lock thing. So we're going to definitely do that. And so then we looked at the tools, and that's what I liked about Dan, I'll call him Loach. What I liked about his book is he gave you all the tools you would need, right? So really good news, all the tools we need we've already got, with the exception of the impact driver. I didn't even know what that was, but I did read up about it, and something about putting the screws in a lot better. So we'll definitely be getting one of those. And the other thing is a table saw. Now, in all the work that we've done, we've never gotten a table saw. I'm afraid of them. I'll just tell you right out, I'm afraid of them. And I don't think Mr. Bucky's real happy with them either. And he is very good at using the skill saw. I mean, he can cut it as good as a table saw, as straight. And so we're thinking, unless we get all into it and figure out, well, wait, we're wasting lumber, we need to get a table saw, then we'll do it then. But all the other things we've absolutely already got right out in the garage. Some of the things are already up at Mountain Rest, but we've got pretty much everything that we need to build this little house. So the other thing that the book told us is that we could possibly get a pro discount at Lowe's or Home Depot, but you have to buy $2,500 worth of stuff in order to get that. So that would be something to consider, like, you know, buying $2,500 worth of studs and plywood and all that at one time. Now, we do have the cover that's over the travel trailer. And of course, the travel trailer doesn't take up all that cover. There's really a patio there. And we could definitely store lumber there. Plus, we've got another utility, I don't know, what do you call them, utility building there that's got the tiller in it and the lawnmower, and there's still room there. We could also store some lumber there. But anyway, we don't really think that's going to be a problem. All right, so we want a full 36-inch door. We really decided that before we got this book. Just go ahead with a full 36-inch door. Also, there's a question on the windows now, because I want all vinyl windows. And we're also going to use the cedar shake siding. And when we talked about using the real cedar, but I don't like the real cedar when it ages so much. And if you get the cedar shake siding, of course it's vinyl siding, it's going to stay looking the same. Now, I would like to, I'd like to have the vinyl windows, but I don't want them in white. I don't know if you can paint them or not. I'm thinking you probably wouldn't want to, but I don't really want them in white. And so I don't know if we can get them in brown or not. I know you can get the the ones that are like metal or something on the outside, and then the inside is wood. But anyway, there's a lot of questions still. So the other thing is the fans, the exhaust fans. I definitely want a real, well, this fan is real, okay? But I'm saying I want the fan directly over the stove and not up too high, so that it will take out all the humidity, all of the fumes and all of the, I'm trying to think, steam that comes from cooking stuff on the stove. And also we'll have another shower vent that will be just above the shower directly outside, so that takes all the steam from the shower. Now the insulation, obviously we're not going to use fiberglass, but we want to use the styrofoam boards, and there was a place in his book, the book online is what I'm talking about, and it showed how to do that, and that appeals to us more. The other thing would be to get the spray foam, and so that's still a question. I would really like to have the spray foam, I really would, but we're going to see whether we're going to do that or not too. All right, now let's see what else we've got. Okay, I talked to y'all about the trailer. We really want the 28 foot. If we can't get it, you know, we can deal with the 26 foot, but I sure wish we could get the 28 foot trailer. All right, and so now, let me see what else I've got. Oh, we're going to have the gas stove and the gas cook stove, 20-inch, and we're also going to have the gas hot water, which will be mounted on the outside, sort of between the bathroom and the kitchen, which will be really good. And let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, so what I did is choosing the appliances, and I noticed that Lowe's, because pretty much everything's going to come from either Lowe's or Home Depot, one of the two, because that's what's up there close to us. I would say both of those stores are, I'm trying to think now, probably 20 minutes from up. Of course, we got to get down the mountain, but once we get down the mountain, it's still only about 20 minutes away, so that part's really good. But anyway, I noticed, I had to look them all up, of course, on their websites, and I noticed that Home Depot gives the weight of everything like that you get, like stove, refrigerator, and Lowe's does not. But I like the selection at Lowe's better, so I can just sort of guesstimate at the weight. Anyway, so what we're going to have is an 18 cubic foot refrigerator, which is exactly what we've got right now, so there'll be no difference in that. The gas range will be a 20-inch gas range, the full thing. It's not going to be like a range that you put in a RV like the one we've got up there now in that little travel trailer. It's going to be a 20-inch standalone gas range. Now, I have cooked on a 20-inch gas range before. In fact, I cooked on one of those for about 2 years. I really, really liked it. It's not as good for the oven, keeping the temperature exactly what it needs to be, but it cooks great biscuits, y'all. It really does, because I think it gets hotter a lot faster than the electric ovens do. But anyway, we're going to do that. So that'll be a 20-inch. And of course, we're going to have the exhaust fans. Now the sink. The sink is going to be actually 1 inch deeper than the one I've got right over here. It's going to be a double sink, and I mean, that's just going to be the way it is. It's going to be 9 inches deep, and so that part will be really good. We are going to have a garbage disposal, y'all. We are, because we've got our own septic tank and everything. So this is going to, my kitchen's going to be just like in a house. It's just going to be smaller. So we're going to have a garbage disposal. Now we're going to, and I'll show you what we've got drawn out so far, where these different things are going to go. But we're going to have, of course, the microwave and the toaster oven. I had looked into getting the toaster convection oven, but after reading a lot of the reviews from ladies, y'all, not from the people who make them or people who don't really cook, but from ladies who've used them. And what they basically said is you have to wait for the toaster oven to cool down. Oh, that was my ice maker. Did y'all hear that? The refrigerator is going to also have an ice maker because, of course, we've got our own well and it provides really, really bountiful supply of water. Anyway, back to the convection toaster oven. You have to let the thing cool down if you're using the convection before you can use like the microwave part of it. So I decided against that. I'll just go ahead and have my microwave on one side of the oven and the toaster will be on the other side of the oven in its own little cubby hole. All right, and the other thing we're going to have, and this is something Mr. Bucky absolutely insisted on, is a dishwasher. Not a regular dishwasher because there's really not room for that. But we're going to get one of the countertop dishwashers and install it beside the sink on the right. And you can do that. We definitely saw a couple of those on the internet on a video where they had done that in a tiny house. So we know we can do it. We've got the measurements and all that. So let me see. I've already told you all about the hot water heater. So things are not going to be a whole lot different than here, except we'll be sleeping in a loft and we'll not have as much headroom, which you don't, like this kitchen, I don't remember how tall it is. I guess, I don't know, it might be 11 foot or 12 foot, I'm not sure, I don't remember. But you don't, I mean, we're not using all that head space up there, right? For anything, I mean, it's just there. So the ceilings will definitely be lower. Now in the middle part of the tiny house, the ceilings will be the tall ceilings. All right, so now we're down to, and y'all got to remember, this is just the first stages of planning and drawing these out. It's somewhat to scale, but we're going to have to switch from one side to the other based on the location. So anyway, I'll show y'all this. Oh, sorry. All right, I hope y'all can see this. Okay, can y'all see that? This will be the front of the trailer. Now, the kitchen and everything's going to be totally reversed because we don't want to be looking at our neighbor from this part of the house. And we've only got just to the stairs drawn out. So anyway, here's the bathroom. And what we're going to do, we're going to extend this another foot for the commode in here, and that's really bigger than the commode we'll have. We're not going to use the camper commode. It's going to be a regular commode. And we've got the shower back here, and it's going to have a fan right over the top. Can y'all see that okay? Yeah. And the sink, we're undecided on that, but it'll need to go right here. We're going to have one of those mirrors that pulls out from the wall, only it won't be that little round mirror. It'll be a bigger mirror than that if we have to make it ourselves. And this will have a pocket door right in here. And right in front of that, it's going to be my pantry, and it's going to go all the way up to the ceiling height, which I don't know if it's going to be 7 foot or 6.5 foot. And then we'll mount the TV there on that wall right there, which will be a studded wall. And then back in here is going to be where the recliners are. So this part right here is 16 feet. So even if we got the 26-foot trailer, we'd still have 10 more feet on down here. So we haven't got that all figured out yet. But anyway, we've got the stairs figured out. They'll be 20 inches across. Here's the refrigerator, the same size as we've got right now. In between that, we're going to have a little cabinet. And here's the stove, 20-inch stove, and then another cabinet. And these cabinets will have the cubby hole for the microwave on one side and the toaster oven on the other side. And then right in here, this will be a little table that raises up, and then you can let it down to lie flat on the wall. And I'm not sure how we're going to do that yet because I don't really like the one where you pull it out, that little brace out. I really prefer the legs, and I've seen them like that, so I'm sure we'll be making that ourselves. But anyway, we're going to have a window over this, and then here's the sink area with a full-size double sink. I'm going to have a little bit of counter space here and a little bit here. And remember, this will be able to be used as counter space, and particularly when I roll out pie crust and all, that's why I wanted this. This garbage can, we're going to keep the same garbage can we've got. We'll go right under there. When this is not in use, if we want to, we can fold it down or leave it up. And storage for pots and pans is going to go under the sink. Now, I'm not going to have a cabinet under there. I want a curtain there. I just do. I want a curtain there. And by the way, the sink's going to have a window over it too. Yeah, I definitely want a curtain there. And I'm really thinking I want a curtain here or a fold-up door, one of those tiny fold-up doors, one of the two. Because what the curtains will do is give you some sound absorbing effect is what they'll do. Anyway, these will be regular little cabinets here and here, and we'll have storage. And of course, we're going to have cabinets up above. Not many though, because we're not going to, we're downsizing, so we're not going to have that many cabinets above. So anyway, here's the door, and what we want is a double door here, one that's stationary and one that swings open, so it would really come down to about right here. But now remember, we're going to switch all this. This is going to be on this side, and what's here is going to be over here. And the reason for that is because we don't particularly, our neighbors are nice, and we love their horses, but we don't want to be looking at that all the time. We'd rather be looking on our property, where it looks like wilderness, all right? That's what we want. Anyway, outside, I'll just go from this side first. Just remember, it's going to be switched. This is where the big deck will be. And on the deck, we're going to have somewhat of an outside kitchen, a way for me to plug stuff up like that deep fryer, which will be outside because I can't stand the cooking odors all in the house. And in a little smaller place, it would be even worse. So I would be deep frying stuff out on the deck. And of course, we'll have plug-ins that will be, because the cords are really short on things like that, we'll have it, right at the right angle or the right height for that. All right, does that sort of explain that? Anyway, just remember it's going to be the opposite side. So we don't have the rest of this drawn out. We don't have the loft. We don't have the upper cabinets. But I can tell you that on the stairs, what we're going to do is there will be storage bins is really what these will be, all hooked together. And let me just show you a website that shows that if I can find it. Yeah. There it is. I had to convert from millimeters into inches for this, but I was able to do it. Here's the website we looked at. You can see a picture of what this is going to look like right there on that website. Anyway, I converted it all. All right, y'all, so that's it. We will be giving you an update as we've got something to tell. That's what we'll do. Right now, our main concentration is on finding the trailer. And I'm hoping that we can do with a 2-axle, but if we have to get a 3-axle, that's what we're going to do. But we've got to find it first, right? And so we know that the weight of the 2-axle, I think, is 10,000 pounds. And we'll be, and we've got all the appliances, we know what they weigh, and then we'll have to, get a good estimate on the wood and the plywood and all that. And now the windows are going to be a big investment because we are going to get new windows, and I want a lot of windows. So that's going to be a big part of the expense, will be the windows. So anyway, so now we've got to do the loft area. We are going to have storage in that area too, probably for clothes. The thing that I want to do that's a big issue with me is to do with dirty clothes. And so what Mr. Bucky's going to do is build me it'll be a big hamper right outside the front door, all enclosed, but so you can get air in there, and that's where we're going to put the dirty clothes, because, hey, we don't have as far to walk. After you take a shower, it's not that far to walk to the dirty clothes, not much further than it is right here in this house. just open the front door, open the little bin, and put your dirty clothes in. And I want to use the same thing I use now, which is that little thing that separates dark clothes, colored clothes, and then the white towels and stuff like that. So anyway, all right, let me put this back up on here. Hold on, y'all. There, that works out better. It's hard for me to talk and hold that thing at the same time. So this week, we're going to be doing videos. I had a request for homemade brownies. And I do have this recipe that I cannot describe to you how good it is, okay? But years ago, I quit eating chocolate so much. But Mr. Bucky eats chocolate and loves it. And because I had the request for a recipe for some old-timey brownies, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I might eat a little piece of one, but that'll be it, because y'all, it just makes me hyper, okay? And nobody can stand me, including Mr. Bucky or the dogs. I just can't eat chocolate. So, but I'm going to go ahead and make those for him, and then we'll just freeze them, and he can, or maybe share them with the neighbors. They can eat chocolate. But I'm definitely going to make that. And the other thing I'm going to make is I'm going to make manicotti, and I'm also going to make some lasagna. And the main reason, we'll have it for a meal, but then I'll freeze it as individual meals, because sometimes, you need the time. And we don't like to eat out that much, although we ate out this week twice. Twice we did. Once was with friends, and once was on our own. But anyway, I do think food at home is a lot better than food you have out. But anyway, I'm going to make the lasagna and freeze portions of that, and the manicotti, freeze portions of that. And I'm going to do the brownies, and I'm also, let me show you, hold on. I bought these Christmas, I just picked them up on a whim. And I never got around to making them, but there's a recipe on the Nestle Toll House little chocolates for peanut butter filled Delightfuls chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to make this because it's peanut butter. There's only a little bit of chocolate on those. I'm going to definitely make those. Anyway, we'll be doing more videos this week. We're still having our smoothies every single morning. Now this morning I should have videotaped it because it was really good. It was baby organic spinach, and I used pineapple, and it was quite delicious. And I think apples, I forget what else, but it was really, even Mr. Bucky said, wow, this is delicious. So, of course, it did have a little peanut butter in it, which always pleases him. So anyway, then we'll be giving the tiny house update. These are just my notes. As we have something to tell, right? Our main focus now is going to be the trailer, because you can't do anything without the trailer, right? And the other main focus is going to be getting together the weight, because you can actually figure the weight by the weight of the plywood, by the weight of the studs, that you're going to use all of that. You can pretty well figure it. I don't say you'll get it exact, but you'll get it close. And that's going to tell us whether we're going to need a 3-axle or if we can do with a 2-axle. So, all right, that's it, y'all. Y'all leave your comments. We want y'all to go with us on this journey. Anything you've got to say about it, that you think would help us, or anything that you think maybe we don't know and you do know, or you know someone who's already built a tiny house, y'all leave the comments down below. Or if you're looking at a video that you think I should look at, or Mr. Bucky should look at, now I'll have to tell you, I think we've seen everyone on YouTube right now. But new ones are posted daily almost. So, or if you know of a book you think we should get because many opinions works for us, and then you can get to what's the best thing to do, right? All right, we will see y'all. The next video will be to do with food, or I might make one to do with my ceramic knives, because I got those, the one that they were replacing came this morning. So anyway, we'll see y'all in a little while, or maybe tomorrow. Yeah.